Hello there folks, so we should be live. I'm just going to check everything's coming through okay. Cool. Welcome to 2020 or 3306 in the Elite timeline. And we're in Elite Dangerous tonight, first stream of the new year, and we're going to carry on from where we left off, which is we're just doing a bit of exploration outside the bubble. And one of the things we want to do as we go is see if we can find any double mining hotspots along the way. Not sure if we will. They're not exactly common within the bubble, but it'll be interesting to see if there's any outside. So let us get into the game. Just going to drop into our, and we'll go with Psyche's private group. Make good sense. Please feel free to ask any questions, particularly if you've just got the game for Christmas. You probably got lots, so questions are welcome. So let us just drop in here. That's where we are planning on going to, and it's just replotted our route. Is good. We are currently 1,800 light years. So all of those symbols over there, that's the human bubble, basically, and stuff around it. And we have decided to go for a bit of a wander. And I started coming out this way, and then I noticed that there was this bright sort of star stroke possible nebula. Turns out it is a nebula. So I decided that we're just going to go for that. And then we'll probably make our way through some of these on our way back to the bubble. I'm not sure how far we will get tonight, but we will see. Right. So the system we are currently in. Have I mapped everything? No. Right, so when out exploring, you want to pay attention to things that could potentially be terraformed. They are worth money. You both scan them and map them. You won't know that they're going to be terraformed until you've done the initial scan. So we do want to go... That's a water world. That's also worth a bit. That's terraformable. That's terraformable. And we came here and we mapped the rings. So, okay. Did we? There are hotspots. It's just not showing them properly. Okay, let's see if we can get this to work the way it should. Ah, we're not in Super Cruise. That explains it, of course. Of course. Right, let's get into Super Cruise.
Shift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
Right, now we throw it right down so that we don't go crashing into things. Here we go. So here's some mining hotspots. So there are mining hotspots outside the bubble. We have found one where it looked like there were two that were overlapping, but they were unfortunately not painite or anything equally valuable. So there's a void opal hotspot, but you can find plenty of them in the bubble, so there's no point coming out this way. Right, before we leave this system, let's go map these high value planets. Make sure we get something out of this trip, if nothing else. So we got a water world and 2 HMC terraformables. That's probably $1.5 million in exploration credits. And there were hotspots around the gas giant. Alas, no doubles. Okay. So we want both of these planets. So we want to get to about 20,000 clicks, 20 mm. When we start mapping. Now that's interesting. Because I wouldn't expect to see that on a planet I hadn't mapped. Let me just check this again. I have mapped that planet. Okay. Ah, I was looking at the wrong ones. Okay, in that case we can just go on to our next system. Save ourselves the trip. My mistake. What comes of not playing for a week and a bit. So,
Frameshift drive charging.
our next system. That bright spot there is where we're ultimately heading to, the first nebula.
3, 2, 1.
Okay. So we start the scan the moment we drop in here. Red dwarf, so we can scoop. We'll scoop whenever we are able. Right, so no ringed planets, so no mining hotspots to be looking for. None of them will be terraformables. These two will be, but as that's a red dwarf, they're probably too far out to be terraformables. And none of these have atmospheres, so by default they cannot be a terraformable. However, we will take a quick opportunity just to scan these two, just in case I'm wrong, and they actually are close enough to be potentially terraformables. Let's pull away from the star a little so our heat drops. There we go. So these two worlds, high metal content and high metal content, so no surprises there. Now, this now tells us Not terraformable, not terraformable. Right, we're done with this system. No gas giants, no terraformables, or water worlds. Time to move on.
Frameshift drive charging.
How far are we from the nebula? 34 jumps. So we should get to the nebula tonight. Unless we find some interesting stuff on the way, of course. In which case that might change.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
Fuel scooping.
Right, we got some bodies. Okay, none of these have an atmosphere. So, not terraformable, no gas giants. Not what we're after.
Fuel scooping complete.
So we move on.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two,
Hey.
system
Ooh.
scan complete.
Bigger, brighter star.
Fuel scooping.
However, it just said to us system scan complete, which means there's no planets here. There's only stars. Because it does all the stars straight away. Validating. That's a cool Explorer Commander name.
Fuel scooping complete.
Pity. K-type star. There might have been some terraformables or other nice things in there. But alas, was not to be. Right.
Frameshift drive charging.
Okay. Next system, Red Dwarf.
Ready to engage. 3, 2,
1. Brief moment of anticipation. Right, there are some bodies. I've either been here before, I haven't. So there's some bodies close to
fuel
the
scooping.
star. They're showing up straight away on my scanner. Ooh. Okay. We've got a small ringed body. I remember reading on the stream that validating was something left by FDev for some reason, not a commander's name. Interesting. I hadn't come across that, but it would make sense. It would be a rather strange commander's name. You'd think that something like that would get filtered out. That looks interesting. That's not got an atmosphere. And these are closer. Well, this one could be close enough to be. Shows in quite a few places. I'll have to check that out. Right. So, we're interested in this body, and this body. So, select the body. Saves us not having to do the FSS on everything. There we go. Okay. And that one. It varies as to whether sometimes it's actually worth just doing everything in the FSS, but sometimes it isn't. People forget that they can do this sometimes. High metal content world. Ah, it looked interesting, but it's probably not. Right, what did we get? No. No mention of terraformable. Oh, when it does that. There we go. And now I can click that. Right, let's see what we've got for this one. That is, so no surprise, it's an icy body. Most likely icy rings. Yeah, of course, pristine reserves out here. Okay. So, an icy body with icy rings isn't going to have painite. And what we would really like to find is overlapping painite hotspots. Or void opal, or low temperature diamond. So we'll scan this. It's unlikely to be hugely interesting, but it's not that far from the star, so we will stop by. And why we do that? Just keep an eye. Okay, no signal sources turning up. Unlikely that we will just stumble into a system where there's an interesting Gargoyd or Guardian signal source, but it could happen. FDev do say that someone has actually jumped into the system with Raxxla, but they didn't scan the system properly and they just jumped out. It's more likely that is closer to the bubble. There's the rings. Of course, being a couple of thousand light seconds out from a red dwarf, they are quite dim. So let's just check here and see, is there just a, I think it's just the one ring. Yeah, just one ring. So nice and easy then. That should do it.
Surface scan complete.
Okay, well there's a hotspot. I was expecting it to not have any. Grand. Okay, so nothing really special. Certainly wouldn't come out of the bubble for that. We shall be on our way.
Frameshift drive charging.
Next jump. The dot ahead of us gets a little bit brighter every time.
4, 3, 2,
Okay.
system scan complete.
Red dwarf, nothing in here. It just said system scan complete. So we take our fuel. And we do check the system map and the navigation. Yeah, there's no signal sources nearby. No need to check the system map. That confirms it.
Frameshift drive charging.
Ooh, that's pretty, and I'm glad I didn't jump in the middle of them.
System scan complete.
Okay, so 4 stars? Yeah, 4 stars. So kind of pretty, but 3 of the stars are actually pretty close to each other. Some of those nebulas are getting clearer.
Frameshift drive charging.
So the moment this counts down 4, 3, 2, 1, I zero my throttle precisely because of what we just saw. Don't want you crashing into things.
2,
Healthy. Yeah, no, that looks good. Okay, just stars again.
system scan complete. Fuel
Yeah.
scooping.
This time not quite as bright. Check the signal sources, of which we can see none. But this system is more widely distributed. So it's possible that there are signal sources out there that we're just too far away from. However,
Fuel scooping complete.
I mean, just as a test. Yeah. Scanner has nothing on it. No peaks or troughs. So, nothing here.
Frameshift drive charging.
Okay. Right, we got some planetary bodies, that's nice.
Fuel scooping.
Red dwarf though, so yeah, not exactly inspiring. Those are almost certainly just icy bodies, but even though they have atmospheres, we should be able to see any signal source within 1,000 light seconds. If we jump into the FSS, there are some peaks and troughs in the middle, which equates to those planets, but there's nothing down the bottom under low, which says no signal sources.
Frameshift drive
Okay.
charging.
What are we up to now? 27 jumps. Hiya Neo, welcome to the back to the stream. I'm alright. I think I might be coming down with some darn bug today. But you know, it is the season, so... But I'm fine. I've had a good new year. And I hope you did too. And a good Christmas. Ooh. Okay, might not be any planets, but it's a bigger, brighter star.
System scan complete.
Yeah,
Fuel
no
scooping.
planets. Good to hear. Right, any signal sources? No, but those are so far away, if there was stuff around them we wouldn't see it. Let's just check here, and that confirms that there are no signal sources in this system. Oh, decent discount. I've played this on Xbox and PS4. It's a good game on both of them. For me personally, it benefits from using a HOTAS rather than the controller, but plenty of people on both consoles use the controller. And particularly when you're starting out, there would be no need to go and buy a HOTAS that was compatible. Main thing I would say is, unfortunately, each of
Frameshift drive
the
charging.
consoles, if you're on Xbox, you cannot play with someone on PC or on PS4. Ulrich the Great, thank you very much for that raid. Welcome on in, people.
4, 3, 2, 1.
I hope you've had a good time. Hi Ulrich, it's good to see you. I hope you've had a... I'm doing alright. I think I'm coming down with a bug today, of all things. Anyhow, you tried. You did indeed try. You did indeed try. Shout out for you, Ulrich. And in actual fact, you did have the right command. That's alright. Neo, are you Neonitus TTV on Mixer, or are you just Neonitus? Because I should really shout you out as well. Let's just set this up. Just Neonitus. Right, let's just do this. Yay, the command still works. Good stuff. Welcome on in, folks. A bit of space exploration today. Oh, okay, so no gas
Fuel
giants.
scooping complete.
But that looks suspiciously like profitable to scan. Class F, so actually brighter than our own star. You've been streaming back at Twitch lately. So I've got to shout you out on both of I, Neo. Typical. You're more than welcome, though. Right. Loves attention. Yeah, okay, we're just going to scan everything. Okay. Well, we're not going to scan anything right now because we haven't done this. That's a big old star, so let's just move past it a bit. Right. Okay. No signal sources. But ooh, water well. Nice. Right, let's get through these. Okay. And that one. What we got? 76% scanned.
System scan complete.
Okay, nice. Right. So let's see, did we find anything interesting? Those don't have atmosphere, so they can't be interesting. Not terraformable is terraformable. Right, so we'll select that one first. Is terraformable. Is terraformable. And then these won't be once they start. So we want to map 3 planets. Should bring us around 1.5 million or more. Interesting just seeing the range at which they lie compared to the star. Okay. Ravi Pasta, thank you very much for the follow on Twitch. Welcome to the channel. For those who haven't been here before, I am a variety streamer. Thank you very much for that host. That is greatly appreciated. I'm a variety streamer. I predominantly at the moment do Elite Dangerous and Elder Scrolls Online. I stream 4 times a week, schedules in the panels, and I alternate between the 2. I do some stuff on YouTube. I'm doing some writing stuff, including hints and tips for Elite Dangerous. So yeah, please feel free to explore some of the other stuff. The YouTube at the moment is mainly stream archives, so if you wanted to see what I've done in the past, you could. But there are a couple of hints and tips videos and a few first looks that might be of more interest. Right. Just it's interesting. Looks very IO-like. Right. And welcome on in all these extra viewers. You're most welcome. Wrong one. I want that one. Okay. So efficiency target is 6 probes. Do this in 6 probes or less, and we get a bonus. Would that be a certain sub button at all, Neo? I got it working yesterday. Finally decided to do it. Thank you very much, Neo. That's not at all necessary, but thank you very much. And that makes you my first sub, so that's greatly appreciated. Oh, those nebulas look nice. Right, thanks, Neo. Although, was there an alert? Or did I just miss it? I might. I'm so happy to be a founder for you. It's nice to have you. That's very cool, thank you. I certainly wasn't expecting to get a sub on the first night, so that's greatly appreciated, thank you. Right, let's go scan this one. Wait a second. Wait a second. That one's on the other side of the system. Is this one back on this side of the system? It's closer. So we'll do these slightly out of order. Now that bright white dot there is where we're ultimately going to on this little trip. Right, so we'll just scan these planets, gets us the exploration funds, and then we'll be on to the next system. 25 jumps to the nebula. Right. This will just take a moment. Everything's spread out in this system. Yeah. There's the first one, second one, and the third one. Inconvenient, but there you go. Orbital mechanics for you. Right, just start to slow down about now. Don't want to overshoot. Also, just a quick check, are there any signal sources? Nah. Okay, this is a terraformable water well. So it should look rather pretty. Big Crouton, Happy New Year to you as well. Welcome on into the stream. Right. So 6 probes, so we'll put one there, one there, one there, one there, and one straight ahead. Doing some exploration today. Thank you very much, Kimber. There we go. Okay. Can ignore. Yeah, but by all means, Neo will definitely be providing the dad jokes for the evening. Right. So that's the one we've got a map now. So 3 terraformables, it's not bad. that terraformable water world might well be worth $1 million plus. You keep it crispy 24/7. So while we're just doing that, so basically I've had out the bubble a bit, and I noticed a bright object, and I determined that it was only about 1800 light years out from the bubble, so that's where we're going to start with. And we'll zigzag for a few of these before we head back. And the other thing we're doing on this trip is we're going to keep an eye out for ringed gas giants. I've got to... My preferred artist is away on their holidays at the moment, but when they get back, yes, we'll be getting some emotes sorted out. I'm certainly open to suggestions on what emotes might be good. I know it doesn't matter too much at this stage, but yeah, thank you very much, Legacy Flu, for that follow on Twitch. That's greatly appreciated. Welcome to the channel. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure yet what emotes to get. You know, there's always the usual highs and hellos. There will definitely be dragons. Absolutely. There will absolutely be dragons. There are actually subscriber badges already sorted, but it doesn't look like those are approved yet. Again, I only submitted those yesterday, and given the time of year, that's hardly a surprise. Cool, it's good to have you here, Legacy Floof. But yeah, not sure what emotes to go for. You know, some sort of a salute or a high is always a standard one, but you resubmitted one of yours and still waiting for that again. Yeah, I imagine particularly for affiliates, it takes a little while. Never having done it, I don't know for sure. Ooh. Now, if this wasn't already telling me that this was a high metal content, I would have said this was an ammonia world. Usually about 14 to 20 days. Oh, that's fair enough. Right. 6 probes, so slightly behind. Slightly behind, on the line, and then that should do it. So as this is an Elite Dangerous stream, and as some of you might be in Europe or even the UK, I will mention that at the beginning of July, LaveCon is on in the UK. And if you're interested in conventions at all, it's an Elite Dangerous specific one, which is well worth a look. It'll be my 4th year of going this year. Of course, if you're not in the UK or you are not interested in Elite Dangerous conventions, it's of no interest to you, I'm afraid, as it is specific to the one game.
Frameshift drive charging.
Oh, I think I caught one of my keys as I was putting my water down.
Frameshift drive charging.
Weird. Right. Onward to the next one. What will we get this time? Okay. We got some planetary bodies. We can scoop.
Fuel scooping.
Red dwarf though, yeah, not particularly interesting. However, no signal sources showing there. No signal sources at the bottom of the analysis bar. So, not a particularly interesting system. We move on to the next one. I'm interested in signal sources just in case, you know, something weird turns up. It's unlikely. But, you know, EvDev have been known to put things in the game and just wait for people to stumble across them, so it's kind of worth keeping an eye out. Ooh, we're getting a bit more definition there on our destination. Make out several bright objects now.
Frameshift drive charging.
Right.
4, 3, 2, 1.
So yeah, if you're out exploring, there's no way you can check everything, but it's worth keeping your eyes open. Right. We have planets. A-type star.
Fuel
Nice.
scooping.
What we got? Okay, so no ringed gas giants, but that could be an Earth-like. Okay.
Fuel
That
scooping
looks like a water
complete.
world. Right, so of these, there's 3 bodies I'm interested in. So rather than scan everything, actually, if I try and do that, I'm going to have to scan everything. So we've targeted the body. Alright, so we know this is what we're interested in. No signal sources at the bottom of the analysis. Okay, and you know, as there's others, that is a water world. Very nice. Okay, that's one of the ICs, so let's just come out. That's the water world, that's the other one we're interested in. That's behind us, but it looks like from the image there, that could be a water world. Alright, there it is. In we go. Should be in there. Yeah, that pretty much confirms it. Cool. Come out. Are they terraformable? HMC. Not terraformable. No further interest. Water world not terraformable, but it's still a water world, so it's interesting. And that one is also not terraformable, but again it's a water world. Right. So let's map these 2 water worlds. These should probably around 500,000 each. Could be more. Yeah, there used to be, quite a while back now, a nice infographic before a number of the exploration changes, and you could guess pretty accurately what certain bodies would be worth. With the more recent changes, you still know what the ranges are, but the ranges are quite a bit more. So you know what to scan, you just can't be sure how much you're going to make. That's looking kind of pretty. Ooh. So I like to get quite close before I start scanning. 6 probes, so that should do it.
Surface scanned by 50%. Surface
There we
scan
go.
complete.
Alright, and we want to select that one. Fortunately this time they are not as spread out as they were the previous ones, so that's good. Alright, and we are 23 jobs. Okay. Possible medal rich. Thank you very much for that follow on Twitch, the Big Crouton. Greatly appreciated and welcome to the channel. Those will all be ices. Not a surprise. That's a K star. That's about the distance of our Earth. So you can tell that there's a bit of a difference in the output of heat. There we go. Well, Neo, so although you have the Outer World on PC, you've also grabbed it on Xbox since it was free with some Game Pass. Ooh, there's actually, are you aware, Neo, of the Xbox Game Pass for PC? So you think you're going to do a playthrough on the Xbox? Nice. I'm actually doing a playthrough on PC. Took a break over Christmas. Cool. Yeah, because I got it on PC through the Xbox Game Pass for PC, which meant I only paid a couple of quid for it, which was a really good deal. Does kind of make me wonder how the publishers are making any money on that one. But I hope plenty of people bought a full-priced copy because it's a good game. Very good game. You bought it first on PC before buying? Ah, Game Pass. Well, you've helped to support the publishers, Neo. That's very noble of you. Yes, I was surprised when I saw that Xbox Game Pass for PC. They deserve it, so you're fine with that. Yeah, I'd agree. I would happily have paid full price for it. But similarly, at this time of year, I'm not going to go and pay full price for something that I don't need to. Wrong thing. That one. Pay attention more. There's 7 probes this one. So we'll put those a little bit more behind. Yeah, I'm enjoying the game a lot. I've just got to the groundbreaker, which is the second big thing you do. I need to pick it up. Oh! Son of a... The infamous 89%. Right. Drat. 1 more percent. You need to get 90% or more to automatically scan the planet. It fills in the rest for you. There we go.
Surface scan complete.
Yeah, December is not a cheap time of year. It's good fun, but it's not a cheap time of year. Right, cool.
Frameshift drive charging.
It would be nice to get some ring gas giants. I'd like to check for those mining hotspots again.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Find something interesting like a triple painite or a double void opal. That would be quite cool. It's a big galaxy, so they've got to exist somewhere. Just whether they are close enough to make it worthwhile all the bother. Right, we got planets. That's good.
Fuel scooping.
Quite a few, in fact. Red dwarf. Oh, hey! There we go. So, none of the moons have atmospheres, so none of them can be terraformable. We have 3
Fuel scooping
ringed
complete.
planets. So, there's a lot of bodies in this system. We therefore need to be certain that we are doing our scans on the right one. So selecting the system map. We don't even have to scan this one, it's so close. Being such a big body and all. Although the FSS might have been quicker. That's taken a little while. Okay, there we go. Right, so that has got metal rich and icy, so that could have some painite. That's another body we want to scan. So we select it. Rather than trying to scan everything and finding out that it's the last thing we scan. And we know it's ahead of us. And we also know it's going to be up there. There we go. I'll take a guess. Yay! They were a binary. So we guessed right. Right, so what we got? Metal rich and icy. These are probably just icy rings. So icy ring, icy ring. So could still have low temperature diamond or void opals in the icy rings, so they're not going to be ignored. What I'd really love to find is a triple painite. You don't find that in icy rings. So this is just a personal theory of mine that there could be overlapping valuable hotspots outside the bubble, because I can't think of any logical reason why there's not. But putting it to the test. Okay. So all we're interested in is the rings. Because I'm so close to the moons now, I am actually automatically scanning them properly. You can see quite clearly 2 rings. Outer icy, outer ridge, inner. So, oh, that would be a miss. They do curve as they go in, so we got some hotspots, but those aren't overlapping. And our probe is the ring. Let's try there. We want to get the inner ring as well. Okay, let's go the other way then and see if that works. Got there in the end.
Surface scan complete.
Okay, so some individual hotspots in there, but nothing that's overlapping. Shame. Hotspots we've got platinum, void opals, but again, plenty of void opal in the bubble. You wouldn't come out here just for that. Okay. It's not too far out, so we will go and scan those as well. This will just take us a moment. How far from the bubble are we at the moment? So approximately, just picking out at random, 1,600. Not sure people would want to come out this far. Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll keep checking. If we can find the overlapping painite hotspots outside the bubble somewhere, maybe there's some even close to the bubble, which would make it more worthwhile. Okay, I'm not seeing any signal sources. So the orbit lines there, that second body that's really showing up, that'll be the other ringed planet. We'll go for the big one first. We're starting to pick up the moons in detail, even though we didn't scan any of them. see what this shows us.
Surface scan complete.
Ooh, those are overlapping. Just, but they are overlapping. Right. So, just generally, void opals, low temperature diamonds. So that's a void opal. That's a low temperature diamond. So I haven't seen this before. But we have found overlapping low temperature diamond hotspots inside the bubble, and they are not the most profitable option. Overlapping does mean that they're normally more profitable than a single void opal one, but they do not bring you more profit than double painite, which is the most profitable. Right, we've had a little look behind. So interesting, a void opal and a low temperature diamond overlapping. Probably not going to be hugely more profitable. They're only overlapping a bit as well. Couldn't see someone coming out here for that. Let's see. Just make a note. On my laptop. So this is PLAA EURK B13 dash 0, and it's 4. But so you do get overlapping hotspots outside the bubble. Good to know. Right, so this is just a small icy ring. Right. See what we get.
Surface scan complete.
So a number of hotspots, but none of them are overlapping. Low temperature diamond, void opal. So some nice singular hotspots there. A couple of void opals. That's kind of good. But you wouldn't come all this way for them.
Frameshift drive charging.
Onward. Okay. So, big star. Let's good
Fuel
start.
scooping.
Planetary bodies, G-class. Nice. What have we got? Ooh. Okay. 2. No ring gas giants, but some potentially interesting planets.
Fuel scooping complete.
Now that's okay. So first things first. This is a G. That's the same as our sun. That's a K. So that's one step down, one step cooler. So that won't be terraformable. It's too close. Normal that. That could be. That could be. Outside chance that one. Now. Hard to say because we're seeing the distance from here, not the orbital distance from here. Semi-major access 0.39 AUs, Earth is 1. 0.52. So these two could be. Here we got 0.88, 1.17. Okay, let's just scan. Okay, now the spectral analysis, it's not over here. It's there. That would kind of indicate that actually none of these are terraformables. Okay. Yeah, I'm starting to think that this system isn't going to have anything that's terraformable based on what I can see in here already. Could be wrong. And I will change up how I choose to scan things, just to keep things interesting. Okay, must be one more. There it is.
System scan complete.
There we go. So, I don't think anything's terraformable because of the spectral analysis. No. No. It is. I was wrong. The distances were true. Interesting, I got that one wrong then. And that one is. And that one is. So 5 of them are. Right. That's a cool 2.5 million. So let's go map them. Been a while since I dropped into a system where there were 5 terraformables. Just checking. Yeah, these have all been previously discovered. They may not have been mapped though, so it's quite possible that no one else has been here since the exploration changes. I could be the first person to map these, which will give me a bonus hopefully. So, oh. We won't know that, of course, until we hand our monies in, so... Hopefully none of these will be 89% again. Okay. Six probes. In that case, we should get away with that pattern. Look at the front of the body.
Surface scanned by 50%.
There we
Surface
go.
scan complete.
Right, and we want that one. So these are all high metal content, I think. Okay. Yeah, 5 terraformables in one system. Said it's been a while since I had that. Okay, let's get close. I just wanted this to get a little bit bigger than it was. That should do us. 6. Should do it.
Surface scanned by 50%. Surface scan complete.
Slowing down there. It was slowing down. Okay, so that's the other one, yeah. So I've been noticing those double nebula there. Difficult to maybe determine what that could actually... it'll probably be those two. So we're heading here. Probably those are much further away. Soul on the Heart. Just want to keep an eye on how we're doing. Don't want to go flying past. But possibly an interesting pairing is the North American and the Pelican. Which we might be able to visit later. Maybe. So the way to ascertain that, we'll check. But I can't check right now because I'm travelling to this planet here. See, I've noticed that those two have changed a bit. So I think it is the elephant and the pelican. We can confirm that. Right. Just get close enough to this. Oh. And we have not slowed down in time. Don't want to hit the planet. First time tonight. Annoying when it happens though. Pay more attention this time. That's better. Okay, so I like to get to somewhere between 20 to 29. Usually quite good. 6 probes, so one there. One there, one just above. One just below. Let's see if 4 does it. Don't think it will.
Surface scanned by 50%.
There we go.
Scan complete.
Didn't need the 5th. Well now. So, if that is the North America and the Pelican, then one way to check is to select something in one of them. And then see what you've orientated on. Yeah, it is the North American and the Pelican. Cool. Right, so we actually want to go and scan that one first. Slow me down some. Right. Should just take a minute or so to get to. Now we'll scan these two. And then we will move on to our next system. Slowly picking up speed. Cool. While we're doing that, beam is nice and stable. Okay. So, let's just check. It's always good to know where you jump into from the point of view of fuel. So that's M class, 3 stars, 2 red dwarfs and a brown dwarf. The T-Torian 2 M's. Okay, could be a more interesting system. A G and 2 Ks. 2 M's. M and a brown dwarf. T-Tori, we will not be able to there. M and a brown dwarf and an M. Okay, cool. So we're going to do well for fuel. I do actually I've doubled my fuel capacity on this ship. Put in the biggest fuel scoop I could. So 2 AFMs. Fuel scoop is a 7A. Doesn't actually show the fuel tanks, does it? No, it doesn't. But rather than just a standard 32-ton fuel tank, we've got 2 32-ton fuel tanks. So this is a lightweight Anaconda, or a reasonably lightweight Anaconda. It's not truly lightweight. Jump range. .58. .58 light years is, you know, Anacondas can be 70 plus light year jump ranges. You do them properly. So this is not a hardcore explorer ship. It does have some weapons, for example. Just watching the speed coming in. There's Barnard's Loop in the background. I'd love to know what that one just to the left of Barnard's Loop is. From this angle and distance looks very angry. Damn cough is back. Right, 6 probes. So. Yeah. I'll check up on what that is. It looks quite impressive from this angle.
Surface scanned by 50%. Surface scan complete.
There we go. So we want that one. Just check in here. There is. Okay. There we go. There's Barnard's Loop. So where am I? I'm here. Looks like it must be the California Nebula. With Barnard's Loop. Okay. Right. Last planet to scan in this system. Ooh. Very pretty. Taking a while to pick up speed though. Right. That's better. Ain't weird showing within 1,000 light seconds. Cool. So hopefully all of this scanning of these, mapping of these worlds will be worth it when we hand in our monies. Would be nice. Fleet carriers, when they eventually arrive, are not going to be cheap. Okay. That'll do. Just 6. That's where we're going to. Well, that's our first leg.
Surface scanned by 50%.
Yay.
Surface scan complete.
Alright, let's see what our next system has.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one.
Cool. May not be any planets.
Fuel scooping.
There are planets. Somewhere. Yeah, there they are. And they're a way ways. Not a huge distance, but enough to make me pause. And none of them look interesting. So we will leave that there for that system. So just as we get round, we'll just check here. This is where we're going to. According to this, there's an M-class star, M-class star, T-class star. 2 red dwarfs and a T-Tauri most likely. Although that could be a brown dwarf. Might be a brown dwarf actually, rather than a T-Tauri. 2 stars we can scoot from though, and we'll jump into the red, or one of the reds. Okay, no planet showing on that scanner. Alright, that tells me that there are no planetary bodies. And it was a brown dwarf. And those two are quite a distance. Right, so we're done here. I do like the class 7 fuel strip.
Frameshift drive charging.
We're jumping to a class K. Could be an interesting system then.
3, 2,
I mean, really anything you can scoot from could be an interesting system. At the very least. Okay, we got some planets showing up on the sensor already, so they're close.
fuel scooping.
Alright, what we got? Okay, no ringed planets. So these two do not have atmospheres. This is a K-class star, so that's probably too far out. That could potentially be terraformable though. Now, there's a lot more to it than just that. Right, so we just brought this around. We hit the FSS. We know it's in front of us. Right, so we should have it now. High metal content, sulfur dioxide, candidate for terraforming. Well, it's in the habitable zone, so that's good to know. Now that one, that's further out than Earth is, on a weaker star. So that one really shouldn't. Get some nice detail on our destination there. This one really should not be habitable. I don't think. Let's find out, shall we? So that one, not terraformable. So we want that planet. We want to map it. Has previously been mapped though, so no bonuses. Whereas those 5 I just did in one system hadn't been mapped by anyone before, which means although they had been discovered by someone before, it was before the exploration changes that brought in the new mapping. Okay, once we've done this we can leave the system. Quite small. Still 6 though. Right, let's see if that does it.
Surface scanned by 50%. Surface scan
Yay.
complete.
Right. Kill that, lock the next system in the route. Yeah, you can really start to see a bit more detail there. That is cool.
Frameshift drive charging.
Right.
4, 3, 2, 1.
No planets on the scanner.
Fuel scooping. System scan complete.
And that confirms that there aren't any planets. Alas. Bit warm here, but we just headed that off. Yay!
Frameshift drive charging.
So, 17 jumps. System scan not complete. Okay. That'll be an icy world. That far out from a red dwarf absolutely will be. That doesn't have an atmosphere anyway. Actually, that may not be very far from a red dwarf. Take that back. That's almost as far as Earth is from the Sun. And that's even further. So yeah, from a red dwarf point of view, they will not be habitable. Okay. Cool.
Frameshift drive charging.
Right.
2, 1.
Let's see. Okay, planetary body at least one. Not more than just one. What's the system look like? Right. So we have two gas giants, neither of which have wings. So that means no mining hotspots. We have a brown dwarf. This body. Now it's only 0.04 AU. Doesn't seem possible that that could be habitable. But at 0.04 AU, worth a little scan just to confirm it's not habitable. Right. Probably going to be high metal content world. Cluster. What's that? It's V2. There's V1. Weird. Did we get it? No, it's still unexplored. Yeah. Ah. Zoom in again. There's B1. Angle's weird. Okay. Bit surprised at that. Right. What's B1 all about then? Atmosphere type water. Not a candidate for terraforming. Not really a surprise. Atmosphere is 100% water. Okay. 1.11 atmospheric pressures. Surface temperature is 593 Kelvin. Yikes. Stellar Forge throws out some really funny things at times. I think that counts as one of them. 593 Kelvin would be in excess of 200 degrees Celsius. At 1.11 atmospheres, that would mean the entire atmosphere was made of steam. Yikes. Okay. Right.
Frameshift drive charging.
T-Tory. Yeah. Not going to be a very interesting system, I don't think.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Right, so although it looks like a good start, getting a couple of planetary bodies though. Whoa. Well, no rings. Wondering if we're close enough to get a full scan. No, we're not. Okay. Let's move on to the next system.
Frameshift drive charging. System scan complete.
Yeah, just a couple of
Fuel
stars,
scooping.
but we will stay here a moment. Brown dwarf is quite a ways out.
Fuel scooping complete.
we're getting a lot more definition there.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two,
Right, at least one planetary body.
fuel scooping.
Okay, this looks interesting. So, we're not going to get any terraformables here. But
Fuel scooping complete.
nice. Okay, let's come out of there. Go back into here. That has a rocky and an icy. That 3 rings? That's 3 rings out of... Ooh. Okay, so we've got the ring types anyway. It's interesting. I thought you had to have it scanned. Nice. Nice to know. We'll do the scan anyway. There it is. Right. So, we have got rocky and an icy, rocky, icy, icy. Yeah. Let's go scan the rings and see what we've got in terms of hotspots. Cool. Let's just say it's a couple of minutes. It's 12 jumps. Not quite able to get all the way there. Not far off. Let us see what we can see. get a little bit closer, because that inner ring is small.
Surface scan complete.
Ooh. Ah, look at that probe. It's just missed it. That's interesting. Unfortunately, that wouldn't be a triple because there's two doubles. There's a bit of a double. So we need to maybe drop that there. Now this is going to get frustrating pretty quick. Let's just keep the aim. We'll just move it a little bit. There we go.
Surface scan complete.
Okay, lots of small ones and lots of hotspots in this system. Right. So here, low temperature diamond. Alexandrite, what's the one in the middle? Oh, bromellite. Okay, so that wouldn't be particularly good. Okay, grandiderite, double of that. And the other one, unfortunately, because of the presence of the bromellite in the middle there, is worthless from the point of view of a dedicated miner. It's just a low temperature diamond hotspot. Right, let's take a look at this triple ringed planet. Weird. It'll just take us a moment or two to get there. So yeah. Oh. Void opal, no. So some nice hotspots. Nothing useful overlapping. Right. Really enjoyed lurking here. Good luck with those hotspots. Thank you very much. I hope it was in some small way informative. And thank you for lurking. You're always welcome to. Yeah, it'd be Elder Scrolls tomorrow, but I'll be back doing this in Elite Dangerous Saturday, 4 PM GMT. Hopefully. Okay, so a triple ringed gas jar. I have never seen that before. We're on the edge of the system, so things are dark out here. Right, I think I can just about make out the 3 different rings. Actually, I'm not sure I can. Right. I think there's one just there. Oh no.
Surface scan complete.
Lots of hotspots, all individual ones. That'll hit the planet.
Surface scan complete.
Tiny. Just a couple of tiny ones. Right. Let's go back. And look here. Rocky. Outer radius, inner radius. Whoa, that's massive. That only reaches out to 190,000 kilometers, and that doesn't start to 1.9. That would put the 3rd ring out here somewhere. Where it kind of obviously isn't. Wait a sec. There. It's the first time I've seen anything like this. It must be so thin. Practically speaking, we're not going to hit it. Interesting. I may have to report that to EvDev because that's kind of a weird one. Right. Subsonic, Happy New Year. I hope you're well. We're carrying on with a little bit of our exploration at the moment. Okay, so let us... We're not going to get any further with that. Low temperature diamond hotspot. Okay. So we're almost at our nebula. Almost. I did have a good Christmas, thank you. I hope you had the same. Yeah, it was good. Unfortunately today I feel I'm starting to come down with another damnable bug, but apart from that, last couple of weeks have been very good.
Drive charging.
So I do hope you had a good break as well. Hopefully you're still off until the 6.
4, 3,
Been very busy. Ah. You're back in work tomorrow. Oh no. Well, I hope it goes well. There was a star off to the side there. Right. Let's see what we got in this system.
fuel scooping.
Okay. Right. No gas giants. Other planets all look to be
Fuel scooping
ICs.
complete.
Not. No good. Yep, there's a brown dwarf. Not an interesting system. Ah, so we're entering a different sector.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yes, I was lucky enough to get a Nintendo Switch for Christmas with several games as well.
3, 2,
That's been a fun. Rather impressed with it actually. Yes, Santa was generous this year. Alright, new sector of
fuel
space.
scooping.
Okay. Right, no atmosphere on any of them. Got some rings there.
Fuel scooping complete.
Those have atmospheres, but they're probably just ices. You got some socks and shower gel. Oh no! Yeah. Oh well. Right, let's go take a look at this ring. Ices, but you know, maybe a double void opal hotspot. Oh, you got some nice beer as well. That's cool. Did the nice beer make it past New Year's Eve? No, he didn't. Good man. Siri, you think you need a post-Christmas break? Yes. Yeah, I was umming and ahhing whether I was going to go back to work tomorrow or on Monday, and I'm rather glad right now that I decided on Monday. I doubt there'll be too much work going on though. Hopefully, you know, it won't be too stressful tomorrow. Yeah. Good holiday when you need a holiday from a holiday. prefer it busy but not ridiculous. Having passed the back, had to go run some errands. How's the travels? Are you a new player? I'd assume not with the Conda. Welcome back, Ravi Pasta, and Vile. Yeah, lurking is absolutely fine. The travels go well. I am not a new player, you are quite correct. I've actually been playing since the game came out. The travels go well. We are getting closer to that nebula that is forming the backdrop there. And we've also scanned a few terraformables on our way. More interestingly for me this time round, we are finding mining hotspots, but we've not found anything extraordinary like a triple painite yet. Oh nice, I got it upon launch, but only started playing it last summer. Decided to launch it randomly one day and fell in love. That's very cool. I've been playing the game on and off for ages, but since I started streaming, I've been streaming it regularly. Sitting out on the edge of Odin's Hold at the moment, exploring with a few other commanders. Cool. This is just a short trip. The main thing I'm interested in, as well as just getting out of the bubble for a bit, is can you find...
Surface scan complete.
No hotspots on that one. You're going to Beagle Point. Yeah, I saw that discovered by validating. Beagle Point, very nice. I've not actually made it out that far. It's a cross-platform discovery error. That makes sense. Ooh, and Beagle Point, yeah, that's a very long way. I've been to the core. And I turned around and came back. Beagle Point someday, though. That's an interesting ring system, but completely devoid of hotspots. There is a theory, keep in mind, because validating is everywhere. Okay. Well, it seems like not an unreasonable theory, though. Next system. That's certainly not an unreasonable theory. But that's our destination for the first part of this little trip. Basically, I spotted it a while back and said thought that looks like it could be interesting. And it's only a few thousand light years. How far are we out to date? About 2,000 from the bubble at the moment. Yeah, we're not far at all. A couple of thousand at most, I would estimate. I've done the core and back in a trip to Colonia, but not much further. Same here, Subsonic. That's pretty much the furthest I've ever been. Back when... I forget the name of it now. Dove something. Needed repair. I went out to Colonia. And then I went by the core on the way back. Not bad. Connor's a great expo ship, minus the view from the cockpit. Very true. The view is... I love the Conda, but I will admit that there are ships with much better views. Yeah, certainly. Right. Exposed wiring and the ceiling panels irking. Yeah. I have to consciously ignore that. Right, what we got?
Fuel scooping complete.
Red Dwarf. Further out than Earth is. That's not going to be terraformable. No way. You travelled with the Asp for... It earned its warm paint look. Yeah, I can believe it. Trying to get your aspects up to the DBX's jump range hopefully soon. Nice! Both the DBX and the aspects are solid exploration ships. You got my paint to 0% as of yesterday. Had to stop in Colonia for repairs. Oops. That does look pretty. I'm glad I decided to head towards it. Right.
Frameshift drive charging.
We're building another Expo Beluga. Had one up to a 50 light year jump range, travelling in comfort. That's a lot of comfort. Nice. I just stripped this one a bit, so it's 58 light year jump range, but as we're not going too far, that's not really an issue. If I was heading for Beagle Point, I would want to get the best I could, especially deep core mining in a beluga. Okay. I'm impressed.
System scan complete.
I am
Fuel
impressed.
scooping.
Yeah, no planetary bodies. It said system scan complete. Indeed. Grab some fuel. Beluga Opal Hopes. Haha. First ship I was in outside of a side owner was a Beluga. Chased some easy money upon the start. Cool. Very cool. What did you chase? Because I'm surprised at that jump, but yeah, obviously it can be done.
Frameshift drive charging.
Sure, the fuel rats are out there, and maybe a beluga could consider the much needed beer rat. Oh, I like that. Wing missions, random guy help me out. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I've seen like 20 to 30 million bounty hunting wing missions, and those could be ideal. Right setup. Someone who was new, very quickly make a lot of money.
Fuel scooping.
Ratting one with extra tanks on board, yeah. I did a bit of fuel ratting some couple of years ago. A lot of fun.
Fuel scooping complete.
Yeah, nothing of interest here. Okay. Yeah, deliver them some fuel, and while you're fueling them, they can sit at your well-stocked bar in the Beluga while you lecture them on fuel scooping and star types. I've seen Corvettes used to rat in before. No, we're definitely getting close now. That's changing quite noticeably.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, managed to put it in over Christmas. Didn't take the first time. Got it sorted yesterday. So, yes, I am now technically a Twitch affiliate. Which is kind of nice. Thank you very much, Subsonic. Enjoy your alert, Ravi. Ozzy, thank you very much. That's appreciated.
Fuel scooping.
Yeah, I got to the point where the features that come with it, I didn't want to do without anymore, so... Right, this doesn't have any planetary bodies. Although that's a nice little... Ah. What's that? Is that an F? Cool. So yes, I finally decided to make the jump to full affiliate.
Frameshift drive charging.
How far are we now? 6 jumps. Cool. Be nice to get a few ringed gas giants before we get there. Although I did note just then it was quite noticeable, the nebula.
Fuel scooping.
Yeah.
System scan complete. Fuel scooping complete.
Okay. Yeah, we're definitely getting close now. That's quite a cluster of stars. So let's just check. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. There's the nebula. Ah, must be these. Now that, the designation, and that could actually be a real world stellar survey. Because they look along these sorts of lines. Not sure, like, but S17. Because Frontier do have a habit of including them or even adding them in. There's lots. O stars. Lots of O stars. That's kind of nice. May have to look up a bit about that because that's a bit unusual. There's a cluster. So that could be maybe a young nebula?
3, 2,
Yeah, I'm definitely getting close now. It's clearly visible each
System
time.
scan complete.
Okay.
Fuel scooping.
Right.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Oh, that's alright. I'm going to have to look this up a bit. Right. I am... So, for folks who may not be aware, I do have a YouTube channel. Mostly stream archive at the moment, but it's got some hints and tips and other videos up, and I'll be putting more up. And I do have a website where I'll be doing some more blogging, and that's going to include some hints and tips stuff. That's all for Elite Dangerous and other games as well. I am going to bring it to a close here as I am coming down with something tonight. So we're going to go and raid Karumba, because I haven't raided Karumba before, and it's somebody... thank you very much for that follow, Ozzy. That's greatly appreciated. He's playing Elite Dangerous, he's doing exploration, but it seems appropriate. I am back on 7 PM tomorrow night, but that's Elder Scrolls Online. 4 PM on Saturday will be Elite Dangerous again, and we'll be carrying on with this. 2 PM on Sunday will be Elder Scrolls Online. Thank you very much, Subsonic. The VoDs should be available for 60 days, and the VoDs will be available indefinitely on YouTube once I've uploaded them. So what we will do is I will just set this off, and if you care to join me, and we'll pass you on to another good streamer who's also happened to do some exploration. Thank you very much for watching. It's been a pleasure, and I hope you're all having a good New Year so far. And I hope you continue to do so. But bye for now, and I hope to see you again at some point soon.